Hello dear colleagues, today we are beginning to discuss also project management and its particularities. On today's lecture we will discuss project management vectors. There are three project management vectors which are main in project management. First of all, goals and objectives of project management. Second, project life cycle, the processes of new malls opening, of new programs, educational opening, and so on. And the last one, project phases and processes. As you can remember, goals are very important, because goals means that we analyzed all the material, that we have a plan how to achieve our goals. And next we are beginning our project, and depending on accuracy of our goals, we will see the result of our project, the effectiveness of life cycle of our project, and effectiveness of project phases and processes. Next, we will discuss the main project objectives. So, objective, or goal, or aim, or target, they are synonyms, is a reachable, measurable, and controllable product of activity. Business objectives. You can see right and wrong formulation. What does it mean? For example, right formulation, reducing the number of operators in day shifts. It means that we have to reduce the number of operators. We are not concretic in this objective, so we can maybe spell some numbers here, but this is right objective. Next, documents circulation system implementation. It's a wrong objective. Why? Because this is a name of a project, not a name of objective. We don't see why do we need to create document circulation system. Why do we have to implement document circulation system? But the objective must be more particular. Next, objectives and problems. First of all, client services improvement. Is it right or wrong? Try to think. Client services improvement. This objective is not particular. It's also a name of a project, because we don't know are the client services unsatisfactory, and on what number we have to improve our client services. What services do we have now? Maybe we have none, and so on. Two main objectives of any company. It means that we have to increase our profit increasing, as you can see, and altruistic activity. Also, we can have obvious and unobvious objectives. Also, we recommend to use some words when you formulate your objective. First of all, you can use verb-coming nouns like decrease, exclusion, reducing, enlarging, expanding, and so on. Then, exclude the night shift. Then, increasing productivity. As a new possibilities which business will receive after project completing, it means will help to do something. Enable to provide services for 20 hours a day for 7 days a week. Next, system for system. It's wrong. We have to use implementation, creation, setting. Creation is the one informational space, new product designing, so on. Project objectives can have the view of a tree. For example, you can see project objectives here. Project objectives of first level, for example, personal productivity increasing. It is actual for almost all educational institutions. And for this goal, for this objective, we can also name two objectives: decreasing the quantity of standing in departments and reducing the time of information process. It will help, of course, personal productivity increasing. Also, we can have a second objective of first level. It's client services improvement. For this goal, you can also name goals of second level. It's reducing the time of client services and also reducing the time of informational process. All these objectives will help to achieve the main objective, client services improvement. And try to think how we can check that the objective is reached. So, project objectives. Mistakes in objective setting. Concrete objectives absence. Next, different objectives understanding by project participants or stakeholders. Because if the stakeholders don't understand the objectives in the same way, we in the end of our project can have the problem that our customer will not be satisfied with our goals achieving. So we have to formulate our objectives and be particular in this formulation. And the last one, the project objectives do not match the business goals. It means that the objective of the project are particular and they are aimed to reach the goals that are not connected to the strategy of a company, to the main view of a company, and we also have to check that if they match or not. Next, management by objectives. We have a standard PMBOK, and here we can have name. Next, first of all, scope management controls a project by setting the objective and tasks. Second, cost management attends project financial control thanks to aggregation, analyzing and preparing reports in costs. Time management attends planning, calendar charts and their control in order to fulfill the project in time. Quality management attend providing all quality standards established for the project. Next, integration management has to provide appropriate coordination of all functions. As you can remember, we can name a few general functions of management. They are planning, organizing, motivating, controlling. All these functions are following one after another and they are connected. The main priority of the functions we can name for planning and controlling, because if we don't have a good plan, it doesn't matter how effectively we are on the stage of organizing or motivating, control will show us bad results. So we have to be very carefully in our planning. and we can create our planning according to the results, of course, of control. So we always must remember that there are parameters that are very important for our future planning. Next, human resource management includes directing and coordination of human participants. Next, communications management attends the accumulation of project team and top management communicative information and help the successful project finish. Next, procurement management consists of choosing, negotiation, and concluding the contracts, the control of raw materials, equipment, and services delivery, and so on. Next, risk management depends on the level of project uncertainty and based on knowledge and skills with measurement and circumstances of certain project realization. Project results. Project results is any unique and accountable product, result, or possibility to provide services which has to be done by the end of the process, phase, or project. There are a few types of project products. First of all, material products or goods. Then, service or possibility to provide it. Then, intangible result, new being of system or intellectual result. On this stage, try to analyze what types of project products can be in the educational institution you are working in and try to name them. So, the composition of the final project product can be viewed in the scheme. As you can see on the top of the scheme, we have informational system. Remember that it's just an example. For example, our project product is information system. For this information system, we have the second level. Of course, it's technical instruments, software, and redesigned company. For technical instruments, we have third level. It means servers, workstations, connection channels, net devices, and so on. For software, we can also have third level. On this level, we see that something is purchased and developed. And for a design company, we'll also have the third level. In this third level, software maintenance department, for example, or redesigning manufacturing, or skilled final users, and so on. Objectives of final project result decomposition. How do we decompose the final project results? First of all, according to specificity of project participants' expectations or requirements of each part. Secondly, specificity the project limits, which parts are produced by the project and which parts won't be the project result. Next, make the project decomposition to sub-project and define risks complied with every part. Next, we will discuss the project life cycle. First of all, we can say that project life cycle is the number of consequent project phases, the name and quantity of which are specified by company control requirements or companies involved. Compare with product life cycle. Comparing with product life cycle, project life cycle, what does it mean? Try to analyze and try to understand how it works in your educational institution. And the second formulation of product life cycle, it's product life cycle, is a number of usually consequent, not overlapped product phases, the name and quantity of which are specified by objective circumstances. It means manufacturing, project, market, etc. Project life cycle phases, according to World Bank: pre-investment, investment, and operational. Pre-investment phase includes next: investment opportunities identification, pre-feasibility study, feasibility study, and appraisal report. Next stage, investment phase. First of all, it includes negotiation and contracting, then engineering design, then construction, pre-production marketing, and also training. Next phase, it's operational phase. It includes commissioning and start, replacement, expansion and innovation. How can we view the project life cycle phases? It can be viewed also as a scheme. As you can see, project life cycle. First phase, initiation. We have to create the idea, main idea. What do we need? Why do we need? And we have to formulate also a problem. Then, concept. We have to create decision on starting the project. Do we need this project? Why do we need it? What targets shall we achieve? And so on. Also, on this stage, we have to do formal project registration. Next, we have to choose the main idea. As you can see, the one has been chosen from all idea decisions alternatives. Next phase, development or planning. According to this, we also choose a main idea. Also, we are starting to begin detailed project plan is created, schedule, budget. The project realization will start by them. Realization. It means that the client receives project results and starts to use them. And completion. All project objectives are realized. And here we can see the project was successful or the project was not successful. If the customer glad with results or if he is not, and so on. Also, we can name 4 phases of project life cycle. First of all, the idea. It means argumentation and initiation. According to this, we have to collect the data, define the requirement, and also define objectives, tasks, main possibilities, to define main shareholders or participants, as we said before, risk level, strategy, potential term, and so on. Second is development. This is the stage of planning. We have to appoint key team members and run education. We have to choose the scale of final product, quality standards, resources, work. We have to create objective plan, budget, cash flow schedule, trio works, rules and procedures. We have to assess the risk, to create the project in short term and to approve it. Third phase, it's realization. We have to set organization, communication interests, the team, detailed technical requirements. We have to define work packages, information control system, buy the product, make work packages, control, for example, the scope, quality, time, costs, problem decision. The last phase, completion. On this phase, we're shooting the project, checking and accepting the product. We have to normalize orders, delegate responsibility, access a project, formalize it, redirect resources, and lose the team. It means the project is over and the team is also gone, because they were created just to achieve the main goals of a project. For next projects, we maybe will have next team. It can be the same, but it also can be not the same. Project processes are next. First of all, project management processes, project subject area processes. They including main manufacturing processes connected directly with project subject area, directed on final product creation, and maintains process. Project maintains workers' education, purchasing, setting, and configuring the equipment. Project process can look like on this scheme. Management processes, you can see that how it changed on the phase of initiation, conception, development, realization, and completion. Also, main manufacturing processes, they have a different view, and maintains processes. You also see the view of maintains process. Project processes, there are 44 of them, and they are divided by PM knowledge fields, PMA USA. According to PMA standards, we have such parts. The first parts, it's integration management, then scope management, time management, cost management, quality management, human resource management, communications management, risk management, and procurement management. According to the next standard, there are 10 main parts. As you can see, the most popular is to use 9 main parts according to the old standard, but you have to remember that the standard was redesigned and fulfilled by 10th part. Project processes includes initiation, planning, execution, controlling, and closing for any processes. For creation of the project, we have to analyze main shareholders of a project. It means main participant of a project. What can they be? First of all, of course, in the middle you can see project manager, the leader of a project, and project team, main specialists who will create the project and be involved in its realization. And let's talk about other participants or stakeholders of a project. Firstly, we have initiator. Initiator is a person who creates the idea of a project. Idea of a project, it means that this project have a possibility to be realized. Then a client. A client, it means that this is a person who will start the project, who will be interested in the project. Project owner. Project owner is a person who gives money for this project, or who is interested in finding some sponsors of investors for the project, who is responsible for the project with his own money. Investors, sponsors, or creditors are also involved in the project, and of course they are interested in the project success. Then main project participants are competitors. So main competitors, as you will achieve your goals according to the project, you can possess yourself as a leader or as a following a leader. So it is very important to be competitive and to analyze the activity of your main competitors, to be always one step faster. Then state bodies, suppliers, licensors, NGOs, community, contractors, other stakeholders, and final product customers. All these shareholders are interested in the results of our projects, and they are involved in this project in one or another way. So project participants or stakeholders, their objectives. They are next. Define, agree, and approve objectives, result, expectations, requirement. Then define the project limits. Define the key project participants. Range the project participants. Influence on the project or project relationship. Define main opponents. Prepare the countermeasures to reduce their influence the project. Define risks connected with main project participants. Next, requirements to project success. First of all, top management support. Secondly, education as a manager, project management. Then, objectives agreed with all stakeholders or participants. Then, project plan realization. Then, streamlined communications. And last one, control the project volume. Our project management model can be presented as in a scheme also. As you can see on this scheme, project management also have a start and beginning. We have to form our objectives. Then we can form work business structure. We will talk about it later. Also, according to this work business structure, works breakdown structure, we have to decide what do we do and who will do it, what obligations do we have, and so on. According to this, we can form a responsibility matrix. According to responsibility matrix, we have to put all our project members or project teams and to analyze what do they do according to any task of a project. Then of course we decide how to do it, the terms, period, what to do first, what to do next, what to do the last, what operations can we create and do in the same time, what can be done only by themselves, and so on. So we have to analyze the logic realization of our project, according to which we will create the schedule. Of course, also we will analyze our budget, resources, and according to all these operations, we will make a report, and in this report we will analyze where we are. That's it for this lecture. Thank you for attention, dear colleagues.